Just snuck into the local Bavarian pool. Absolute score.
You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. Trust me, you're not gonna believe where I am right now. This is one of the most insane places I've ever seen in my life. Oh, and I don't think many people know it exists. Oh, God, slippery trail, hang on. Okay, you ready for this? Prepare to be mind blown. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? What do you think, Mia? We are here at an incredibly hidden waterfall, a Pacific Northwest gem. And not many people know about this one. I've been here once before. I'm here again, and it's more spectacular than I remember it. Whew! Insanity! Just like that, we have made it to waterfall number 2. Video editing is just a magical thing, isn't it? Currently on a road trip with Mrs. Mia. It is her birthday today, and it is her birthday weekend, and for the weekend, we've decided to go and venture all through the Pacific Northwest. Let me tell you, those island girls, they love to drive if they get the opportunity to drive. They can't go very far on the island, so when there's an open road, you better believe they're gonna want to go and not stop going.
Do you like driving?
I love driving.
Why?
Because you can just go without stopping.
Anyways though, super excited for this road trip, and one of my favorite things about Oregon and the Pacific Northwest is how many hidden gems there are. These last 2 spots, I've never heard of this place. The other place I've been to once, and I don't know any of my friends who've been there or know about it. That being said, I'm not gonna tell you where it is, and I'm gonna let you find these spots, because I wanna keep them like this, with absolutely nobody. Anyway, a lot of adventuring going down in this vlog. I'm gonna keep it a little different than normal, try and do some cinematic stuff, and really just have a good adventure with Mia and take you along for the journey. This is stop number 2, and we're just getting started. Let's go. We've been hiking for a long time. Oh, wow, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Jesus. Oh, well, we made it to stop 3. We are on top of an absolutely massive cliff right now. Kind of scary how big it is. And you know that really funny saying where people are on top of high places and they say they can see their house from here? Check this out. I can actually see my house from here. Right between those little hills, you can see Mount Hood. That's my house. Oh my God. Currently cooking some breakfast. Pretty early in the morning. We're in the middle of a parking lot right now. Beautiful view though. Absolutely incredible. Oh God, it's way too cold. I'm on Mia's program here. Pretty funny. It's been a long time since I felt winter it's really been a minute. Especially after living in Hawaii for the last 2 years, I've pretty much only escaped to cold for weeks at a time in the middle of winter, and it has been a long time since I have experienced freezing cold temperatures like today. I need to get back to Hawaii ASAP.
Water is boiling!
Okay, go.
Yeah.
An egg ham sandwich sub. Nothing too special. Pretty good. A little too cold. Well, after a solid few hours of driving, Miss Mia and I have just stumbled upon probably the happiest place on planet Earth. We just got here, but I can tell you that by the looks of it, it is one of the strangest places I've ever seen in America, and also has just the best vibe to it. It feels like Christmas never ends. It's also, apparently it's a Bavarian village. I have no idea what that means, but I'm about to find out, and I can kind of tell what it means just by the way this place looks. Let me explain. Bavarian. By definition, Bavarian means relating to the southern German state of Bavaria, its people, or their language. This town directly relates to Bavaria. What I mean by that is that literally everything in this town looks like it's straight out of Germany. Bakery, to the street signs, to the hotels, to the public restrooms, to even something as American as the Starbucks, everything in this town is Bavarian. And it's not limited to just buildings and structures. The food here, everything's Bavarian. We got a Bavarian brat, you can get wiener schnitzels, pretzels, everything. Mia, how is it? Just snuck into the local Bavarian pool. Absolute score. Backstory on why this town is Bavarian. Actually asked our waitress the other night on the history of why it became what it is today, and it's really interesting. You see, in the 1960s, the town was super popular for logging and mining and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, it was about to get abandoned. Its abandonment purpose, I can't remember exactly, but I believe it was because they ran out of resources. But there was one man in the town who had faith in the town's location because of the beautiful area surrounding it, and he saw one Bavarian building, and he said, hey, I'm gonna keep this town around, but every single building built from here on out has to be built like that Bavarian building. From that point on, every single building in the area had to be built like that Bavarian building. There's actually a state mandate in place. They don't allow neon signs. All your signs have to be wood carvings, and everything has to look the same. We gotta set up. Freezing. Our time was ticking before the Bavarian hotel personnel caught us swimming in their pool, so we now have decided to set up camp, make some dinner. I mean, this is just nothing short of incredible. Look at the view we have, the food we have. I mean, shoyu ramen in a cup right here, much better than top ramen. We've got Mongolian food from the Bavarian village, and we got a sunset happening before our eyes with the mountains in the background. Could you really ask for anything more? Plus, my beloved Boo Boo Bear's right here with me, and she's cooking the whole meal. Ow! Ow, it's cold, it hurts! If any of you are wondering how I'm staying so warm in this brisk cold weather, it's called a With Intent khaki pinstripe sweater. You're not gonna regret your purchase. There's a link in the description below. Thank you. Well, that concludes our last dinner on this epic road trip adventure. Heading back to the house early morning tomorrow, so see you guys there. Stay posted. And boom, just like that, we've made it back at the house. First of all, thank you very much for watching, this much of the video. It actually really means a lot to me. It shows that you were interested in what we did and what we had to do, and that itself is something that deserves a thank you. So, thank you. Speaking to that road trip, that was so sick. Just hopping in a car, me and my girlfriend, driving all through the Pacific Northwest and finding as many zones as we did and seeing as many beautiful things as we did was a memory of the summer that I guess it's not really the summer anymore, but a memory of, these last 5 months in Hood that I'll never forget. We saw so many epic things, and stumbling into a town that was modeled off of Germany was just the weirdest, unexpected, coolest thing ever. I absolutely loved it. Before we end the video, I want to talk about last week's video and something that I touched on and how grateful I am for each and every one of you. Last week, I put out a video, and at the end of it, I talked about how I've seen this decline in my audience and my viewership, and things aren't growing as fast as they were, and I kind of asked all of you for advice. And the feedback that I got was so cool and inspiring to me and so helpful, and I just wanted to thank you guys for that. It helped me out majorly. Sometimes as a YouTuber, you can forget that you're literally creating an audience that is real people, honestly, that is there, that you can talk to and communicate with. And that was one of my main goals of creating a YouTube channel, was getting a community that I could really connect with, talk to, and share how I view life with. But beyond that, talk to on a personal level. And last week's video allowed me to do that in a very intimate sort of way. If you didn't catch it, I essentially asked for advice. Like, what do you guys want to see? What do you like? Do you like these new style of vlogs? Did you like my old vlogs? I essentially just wanted to know what you, the audience, wanted to see, and you gave me so many good ideas moving forward, and how I think I'm going to shift my content in the near future here. And it's funny, in my older videos back in Hawaii, and some of the newer ones too, I used to talk a lot about philosophy, and it was cool to see that you guys really liked that. I like to share my views on the world. I like to tell people how I see things, and it was cool to see a comment come up, multiple comments come up about like, hey, I want to bring that back. I want to hear what you have to say and how you view it, and it's really inspiring. And so I'm going to use this as a moment to kind of talk about this exact phenomenon that's going on in my channel as a little bit of a metaphor and a philosophy for how I think life can be looked at. My channel went on this insane skyrocket ride at the start of it, and it certainly had to do with being around Jamie. It certainly had to do with being in Hawaii. It had to do with a number of things. I'm sure it had to do with seasonal flow, people being interested in surfing at the time and action sports at the time, you name it, right? The list goes on about why viewership could be down, whether it's my content, whether it's seasonal things, whether it's outside of my control, who knows? But the point is that there's ebbs and flows everywhere in life. There's peaks and valleys everywhere in life. It's inevitable, and it happens to everybody. The last few months on my channel have been slow. I'm always growing, which I'm always stoked about, and the graph's always moving up and to the right. But lately I've been feeling like my wheels are stuck in the mud a bit more than they've ever been, and I just want to, you know, understand how to fix that so that I can keep moving. And where I'm driving with this is that I think it's really important in life in general to always kind of analyze and adjust your surroundings. I think it's important to, in whatever respect, to look at what you've done in the past and analyze it, what worked, what didn't, and adjust for the future. You could go as deep as this is to say with relationships or life as a whole. You learn from your mistakes. Your failures are your biggest successes, in my opinion. I've talked about this in vlogs before, but you know, to really take a hit and to get stuck in moments like I am right now is what teaches you, in my opinion, the most, because you learn what you're doing wrong or what you could make better to then never do it again. It's moments like these that are not to get discouraged from, but to actually draw inspiration from and get even more motivated to continue further. Because in my case right now, I've had a YouTube channel that was doing incredibly successful for quite a long period of time, and now it's at a slower growth period, and I just want to learn how to make it better. At the end of the day, I'm creating this content for myself, and you know, because I love making movies, it's my thing and what I feel I was put on this planet to do. But I also want to understand how to make videos that people want to watch. And I've really found from your guys' feedback and from studying videos where I want to take this channel back to and what I want to do. And I was shocked to see that people want to see the real life stuff. They want to see coffee. They want to see, you know, going to the grocery store with my girlfriend and just living my daily life. And that was something that I got caught up in, I think, in Hood River, was I was showing a little too much action. At the end of the day, I'm not a professional athlete. I love action sports and it's a part of who I am in my life, but I'm a real person, and people want to connect with me on that real level of like me just doing my thing. And I think that's exactly where I want to take this channel back to, is like, you know, genuine moments with my friends and genuine moments that just spontaneously happen, as opposed to always capturing the action. Moral of the story here, and sorry for a bit of the rant, but what I'm trying to say is, like, everybody's got these moments where they feel like they're on top of the world and unstoppable, and then everybody also has those moments where they feel like they're at the bottom of this pit and can't go anywhere. But it's so important to stay motivated and use those times to learn from your mistakes, to progress even further for your future. And that's really what I'm trying to say, is that, you know, I'm a little stuck right now, but I know that just by staying strong and learning from these mistakes and understanding and analyzing my channel to take it where I want it to go, is really all it takes, is the thought process, figuring it out, and not getting discouraged, but instead getting encouraged. If you're feeling like you're at a time in your life where you may be a little lost, a little stuck, just remember that everybody's a millimeter away from success, and it's all about analyzing and adjusting to get that millimeter to line up perfectly so that you're on that direct path and the fastest route to do so. Thanks so much for watching the vlog, as always, and we're gonna wrap it up here, you guys. Epic times, and very, very soon we are headed for an island that I'm all too familiar with. I think you know exactly where I'm headed, and I will see you next Friday.